everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we'll see one of the more dangerous passing offenses. The Panthers are top 10 in passing TDs, and they go up against the Falcons' defense that will need to be on its game.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard. The first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick of the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the two defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Ryan. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 1st and 10. Browning going down the middle, and it's complete. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Second down, 9 yards to go. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
On first down, Browning under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. To throw on second down. Browning. And he finds a man on a crossing route. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll go option to the short side. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down following the run.
Let's go. What? Ohio.
The slot man in motion right. Looking to throw on second down. Browning into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
On second down, Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered. Carolina getting set to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Come on, let's go. 190. 190.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They run the counter now on first down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds, but that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
Here we go.
From the gun, Browning. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. To throw on 2nd down. Browning. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They go play action here on first down. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When the receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Ryan now off the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Matt Bosher now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. An update from down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing on 1st down. Browning. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Browning. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Come on, let's go!
The tight end in motion right. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
Let's go! White, flex round!
To throw on 2nd down. Browning. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their...
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move as they face a 2nd down here.
Come on, let's go!
Off the bootleg. Browning. He'll buy some time right. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Let's go!
On 1st and 10, Browning. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Holding offense.
So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Back to throw. Browning dancing to his left. Now, and I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. 3rd and 2, now Ryan. And he's got it to Hearns. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Carolina getting set to take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 47-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third.
Here we go. Man 38.
Off play action. Browning. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. T.Y. McGill in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. An update from down in Tampa. And a 2-touchdown lead for the Buccaneers as they've just scored. Atlanta now coming out on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. That was close to a big play, just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it, but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it.
Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Looking to throw. Browning. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Here we go. Ohio. 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 Ohio.
To throw again. Browning. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. They convert on third with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Let's go.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Let's go. Ohio.
Looking to throw on second down. Browning. This will be caught at about the 6. Oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Flex round. Ohio. Flex round.
To throw on second down. Browning. A short game was all he needed. He gets across the chalk for 6. Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Second down, 8. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. When halftime rolls around in just a bit, we'll send you to Orlando. You will hear the dulcet tones of Mr. Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report.
Does dulcet mean good?
Yeah, it's just something that broadcasters say. It's got to be good, right?
It's got to be
you
good.
Tell me.
Well, it's got to be good if Larry's doing it.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. fair to say hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good...
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Back to throw. Browning. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Collins. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
On second down, here's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Falcons on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Ryan to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Now Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Tucker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Again, Ryan. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Second and 10. It's Ryan again. And he comes back with one complete. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Falcons on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw again is Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. Touchdown, Falcons. Allen Hearns as the first half is winding down, and the Falcons have cut it to within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's Indeed.
Why does Larry always do that? He just stops talking. But let's go play the 3rd quarter. I'm psyched. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun, Browning. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll run here with Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And hang on here. Freeman shaken up. Remaining on the ground after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, Ryan, and that is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was a crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. So certainly not what they were hoping for, especially on the road. Their starter forced to the locker room. Now Newton. And they will hand things over to their backup quarterback. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
It's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves? He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not one drop. It's not two. That's three for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He finds Hearns left side. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now it's Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Over the middle, complete. That's Bell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Coleman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Shift together here from the D-line. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Oh, what a juke into space. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Back to the NFL scoreboard for a second. 3rd quarter in Indy. The Chiefs have added on. They're pulling away in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Slot man moves right. Throwing again. Browning steps away to his left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Off the play fake. Browning forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Browning. Quick throw. That's complete on the inside slant. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Panthers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Got his target, Samuel. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for him, too.
Back to throw. Browning, flush to his right. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
To throw on 2nd down. Browning, he's going to let this one go deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Here we go. Flex round 38. Ohio.
On first down, Browning. And he's got room. Space to run past the 20. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 18-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Ohio. Come on, let's go.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go.
Off play action. Browning. They'll roll him out right. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Here we go. Ohio.
Operating from the gun, Browning. And this is caught at the 8. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Well, there's a reason he's called Riverboat Ron. Rivera going to leave the offense out on 4th down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount. He got it done.
Nursing that slim lead. You're in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Come on, let's go. Ohio.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Browning. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
the bootleg. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Pass interference, offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
This is Coleman. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
That's taken on the 25. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And out will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go!
Looking to throw. Browning. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now they'll run it on the toss. 2 yards is the pickup, and it'll be 1st down Panthers.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college. Carrying it around. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Off the play fake. Browning escaping the pressure right. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The Panthers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Browning. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
First and goal from the 8. Looking to throw. Browning. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. To throw is Ryan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And if the defense can hold here, this ball game is over.
And they're thinking more than just holding. They're thinking about a takeaway to finish things off.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Carolina getting set to take the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. second down, they'll try and run the counter. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Ohio!
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island.
Back to throw. Browning. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are in the field?
And from the 9-yard line now, it's first and goal.
Let's go!
And the wideout in motion. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. To throw on second down. Browning. And that'll be incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Third down and goal from the 8. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. Elsewhere, a fourth quarter score now from Tampa. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. And the spike comes with just 12 seconds left to go. Back to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Still third down.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They'll look to throw. Able to get away. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Panthers, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Panthers are winners here as we say